Zeke Matevosian here. I'm at Auntie Annie's pretzel place. I got these mini pretzel dog, and dip them in caramel sauce. Now, you read my Yelp reviews, you will see I leave reviews about food venues and restaurants that I go to that are like spiritual. I often have spiritual experience when I eat, especially in like a place like this, is a mall. I just had. That's why I decided to make a video. That's why I usually make a video. This some stunning experience with this taste of this caramel with hot dog and pretzel. In this world, sometimes you're not sure. You call for my mom. Just hang up on now. Mom, I'll call you back shortly. Sometimes you're not sure if it's real or not. Walking around thinking that it's not real, the only thing real is you, is a condition called solipsism. And it's more prevalent these days with the age of COVID, like everybody quarantining, everybody paranoid and suspicious and staying 10 feet away, 6 feet away, and keeping to themselves because they're scared. You wonder if they're real. If you don't touch people, you want either girlfriend who, because of her childhood trauma, didn't want to be touched. Even though our interactions were real, we were making movies together, very meaningful, but verbally, emotionally was very intimate, but she didn't want to touch. And sometimes I felt, look, I don't know if you're even real. It could just be an image and a holographic generated image, like the Star Trek holodeck. What's that? A lot of science fiction has that. We will soon have technology here that you won't be able to distinguish. You put on some virtual reality glasses and you won't be able to distinguish what you see there from reality. And you'll wonder, is this real or is it some computer generated holographic projection, or maybe it would be implanted into your brain. You won't even have to wear glasses. Soon we'll have interface with our brain, with technology, with the web, that you won't need to hold a phone in your hand. It's in your head. The interface is in your head. It's not a screen you're holding your hand on a phone. Now, the reason eating makes it real, the spiritual experience, like what often happens, I leave a review and I say, really feel like it's a divine, because it's the most intimate of the senses. You feel it's real. Tasting the tongue is the most sensitive organ in the body. It tastes. No other organ has the touch sensitivity and the taste sensitivity that the tongue has. That's why it's also the most sexually arousing. The genitals cannot taste, the tongue can. So So, another leads to another subject, the private parts. So, what is it about our private parts? Supposedly, in common culture, no one's supposed to see you naked unless they're your spouse or you're the primary partner, conservatively, And then, like you see people on the beach, the part that's most, the bikini area, that's what's the most private, right? That's what you cover up. When you show that, then that's crossing a line a lot of places, unless it's your spouse, right? So, what is it about that? That with one person, the person you're most intimate with, that's designated. No, I'm coughing. I'm gonna go on. That's why stuff is inappropriate to say. That's what the coughing is about, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That most intimate part of you, that is a violation in a publicly, in the privately with your most significant other, having that contact with another person is something that's the most potent of our experiences. Now, having that experience with the tongue, you see, have an oral. That part of you that is a violation to be public, not only seeing it but have oral contact with that. That's what makes it the most intimate experience we have physically with somebody. Touching, tasting the most private areas of each other's body. And I know this is it is the most contentious and controversial thing to say. And then the whole bit about like totem animals. If you know what totem animals are, totems are like the totem pole, like the Indians have put the animals of that symbolize a certain family, and you put them on top of each other. What's your totem animal? Now, why is the term cock is a chicken, or pussy is a cat, is an animal? It's also that general area, right? Do something about that. Now, so the most sensitive part of the body, touching like that is something about that is now. So it's made out to be the most vulgar and the most contentious, unless it's voluntary and consensual and intimate, sincere and mutual. And then in that case, when that happens, that is the most nourishing, the most crucial sustenance for the soul. So sometimes you see me going out to singing my heart out. It's because I've had that the best that I've had. That is the most crucial. That psychologists talk to each other like this all the time, and they know that it's allowed to. It's socially acceptable for them because they know what it is. Humans need regular sexual contact of the tongue and the genital of the partner is the most nourishing, most crucial need of us to fulfill. It is the most transformative, and then, but it's also, religion has made it a taboo. within restrictions. Like it has to be between a man and a woman that are married. One man, one woman that are married, otherwise it's considered sin. The whole sex is generally made out to be a sin. And then by shaming it, Christians are known to refer to themselves as undeserving sinners. And it usually has to do about sex. Now, sexual violation is wrong. And the misunderstanding, therefore, is that sex is shameful. But that's what's wrong. So they put the guilt and shame association with sex in the Bible thousands of years ago, Moses' times, to control the masses, perhaps to avoid fatherless babies. If a guy's going to school and a girl and they're not being responsible for the baby, so maybe perhaps to prevent that. But I feel it's to take, what it really does is take people's power away, because the guilty conscience, even if you're not religious, if you're not traditional, the context the entire world has, it's not just Christianity, of thinking of sex as shameful makes the world sick. Because if people feel guilty because they have sexual desire that is to fulfill it, that I just talked about, it's so important to fulfill it. If they feel shameful because they have that desire, then guilt and shame in your self-concept what Freud said, guilt causes punishment. So the whole world is really punishing itself because they have sexual desire, because of the attitude about sex, which is the most crucial of sustenance for the soul, for life to work, and a relationship to work. If it's sexually satisfying, communication is better. Everything in life works better when you're satisfied sexually. You have it regularly, sincerely, sustainably. And a good, happy, healthy relationship, right? Getting regular oral sex will make everything in your life work out. And both of you are happy with it. You see? And then good food also helps. You see, because it's the same thing. She's making good food for you, making good food for each other. When they say way to a man's stomach is his heart is to the stomach, and then also, so